Hello everybody and welcome back to the Old Stream Farm version 2. So off camera, just before this video, I've just cleaned up the sheep pen. We've made sure their feeding area is nice and tidy. I didn't really think to record it because it wasn't really necessary to see. It was a fairly basic job, we've done it before. But this is essentially a bit of contracting. As you can see, we've got 4.5 minutes left to do this job in. It is Victor somebody's field, I forget his name. But it's quick money, so it's definitely worth doing. However, we do need to do some more work for James Harris because he is the person who owns Field 14, which we're hoping to buy today. We have been building up to it, and yeah, the time has come to finally buy it. It's just getting every penny first of all is very helpful. Let's just higher the boom, it's a bit too low. That's the highest setting. So yeah, we can't really see where we've been. We don't have GPS going, so it's a bit of a guessing game. But it's not going to be too hard. So this isn't really related to Farming Simulator as such. It is more Euro Truck Simulator 2. I did a Euro Truck Simulator 2 video about, it must be about 2 weeks ago now, and I said I would like to do like a convoy with my subscribers in the multiplayer world as it is. You can have about, how many people are in that server? About 2,000. It's a lot anyway. And yes, we are going to do it at some point. I'm going to announce it on Dagger and Extra, so stay tuned. When we do it, I'm hoping it won't be too chaotic, because otherwise it'll make it really boring to see. I'm hoping to do a video. If I could live stream I would do, but obviously I can't do, so that's out of the question, but I can definitely do a video of it. Should be good. Yes, I don't know where I've been. We need GPS. Got to keep going around in circles until we complete the job. Yeah, maybe over here. The progress circle is filling up very slowly, so obviously there is a bit here which I've missed. It is frustrating though, because yeah, we could do it much quicker if I could actually see what we're doing. Go over here. Aha! That must be it. Good. I knew I could count on you. We got some money. Brilliant. So we're not going to see the harvest of that field, unfortunately. However, it is a bit of extra money for us. Now, who owns field number 12? James Harris, the person who we're working for. Let's do this harvest, then hopefully, once it's done, we'll be able to do our purchasing of field 14. I am very conscious of the fact that if we take too long, field 14 is going to be automatically harvested, which means we'll miss out on it. We won't be able to get the rewards out of it, we won't be able to harvest it ourselves. So we must be fairly efficient here. I think time does stop when you're in a mission. I think it does. PTO, not this again. Okay. At least we're using a fairly big harvester. This is the very nice Fendt. What is it? Fendt 6275L. Does the L stand for large? Quite possibly. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to blast through here, get it done. It says 18 minutes, but it won't be. Especially if I edit some out. It'll probably be about 10 minutes, I'd have thought. Yeah, it's not a very big field at all. Once field 14 is bought, we may well buy another field as well. It just depends what the price is. Field 14 is about £35,000. Obviously, the higher the like bar, the more they like us, the better the price. It drops it by about £1,000 per job, which is very good. I wish you could actually unload your crop into a trailer and then see it drive away and tip into a barn. Yeah, tipping into a field would be kind of weird. But no, it would be good. Maybe in a future Farming Simulator game that would be implemented. It must be pretty hard to do though. Right, headland number 1 completed. Headland number 2. Here we go. Okay, so we have pretty much finished. We have got just a tiny bit left to do. As you can see here, 10 minutes remaining, which means we should get a really good time bonus here. We've done it fairly efficiently, and this could even boost us to over £100,000 in total, which means we're going to have quite a lot of spare money to spend on machinery and fields and all kind of stuff really. I'm looking to do a bit of forestry before the end of this series. I think it would go down quite well. It's just, what machinery shall we use? Shall we do chipping or shall we do logging? I would prefer to do chipping. We haven't really done a great deal of it recently. Plus there are quite a lot of chipping mods, so you can essentially attach a chipper to the front of the tractor, or the back if you want to, and feed the logs in that way. So if you have one on the front, put a trailer on the back, throw them in, and it would chip it straight into the trailer. That could work pretty well. Right, so that's it. About a minute left to do here, and then we'll be able to see how much money we've got, and it'll be time to buy field number 14. And there we go, job completed. So, over to field 14. It should still be growing. Yes, it is. Good. £34,927. Pretty good. Purchased. So we now own this field. It is, yeah, it isn't too big, as you can see, but it's an addition to the farm. We're just going to let it keep growing because basically, as you'll have seen in the previous episode, we have fertilised it 3 times, so it is going to be very productive. We just have to wait for it to be ready to harvest. Then we're going to go for it with the Dominator. In the meantime, what we need to do is find a different job to do. Now, even though the wool pallet isn't actually full, I think it might be a good idea to sell it because the price is pretty good, and well, it's still about 70% full, so it does need to be done at some point. Now being a very good opportunity. So, let's just put this over here. Perfect opening just here for it. There we go. Keeps it out of the way. Now what we need to do is get into the skid steer loader, put the pallet forks on, pick up the pallet. Is it already on? Seems to be. Good. Right. And we already have the low loader here. So this could be some very quick income. This is what we're working towards though. This farm is primarily for sheep. So this is our main source of income. Looks like there's 3 sacks in here. Here is the low loader, the transport trailer. Let's load it up and get it sold. What is that chicken doing, you crazy thing? Okay. No straps? Fair enough. So yeah, let's jump into the John Deere, take it over to the sell point, which is the Artisan, I believe. The Artisan, yep. So that's the good thing about this map. Nowhere is too far. It is a very compact map, so it's very easy to get to places. So let's put the skid steer loader away. There is space back here next to our fantastic Kuhn baler. Park it up. Make it safe. And yeah, before it goes dark, let's try and sell all this. Now it is going to be very simple to sell. Obviously we could take the skid steer loader with us, but I'm hoping the trigger will actually be big enough to take it off the trailer for us, hopefully. Otherwise we may have to do the accelerate hard and then brake hard trick to get it to fly off the back. But that isn't very realistic, so we're going to have to yeah, just hope for the best. There's our wrapper. That probably needs to be returned actually. Now, which way is it? Left out of here. And I think, keep going? Yeah, pretty much. Keep going until we get to, in fact it's very close to where we took the straw to. So it should be dead easy to find. It looks to be in the middle of the village. Just need to make sure I don't lose the wool. Seems to be staying in place okay. think you can go either way. It's a figure of 8, so yeah, it just depends which way is quicker. This way is probably marginally quicker. Oh yeah, this tractor has got some speed. Very nice thing to use. And of course the trailer. Really nice trailer. Now, must be careful here. I don't want to overshoot. I think it is the first turning on the right after here. Here we are. Ah, yes, that is a bit of an issue. So, yeah, it is going to be pretty hard to get it into there. Let's just try it. First of all, it might work. Depends how far out the trigger goes. Yes, we probably should have bought the skid steer loader. Oops. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully it starts to sell. It is doing good. And look at the price. So we've got 5,685 plus 2,591. That is pretty impressive. Except for the unrealistic unloading, of course. That wasn't too good. So I think you can probably now appreciate the reason why I do sheep on this map. If you have loads of sheep, it is very profitable. Because they don't even take too much to look after. It is just literally water and feed. Just grass. So yeah, it's cheap to do and very simple. Just sell the wool. Okay, just overtaken the car in front because it was indicating to go around a bend for some reason. Not too sure why. They were probably lost and they were just sort of dithering about, wondering where to go. So they put their indicator on. Still, that is no concern of ours. Let's head back to the farm. See if there is another job to do. If there isn't, we may have to do a bit of contracting. Look at that water. Every time I go past here I look at the water, but it does look good. Surprisingly realistic for this kind of game because there aren't really that many farming games about, and well, Farming Simulator has definitely evolved quite a bit since the beginning. It's now very realistic. It can still be improved, no doubt about it, but compared to what it used to be, it's just incredible. And the mods make it so much better as well. Ah yes, while we're here, let's take the wrapper back to the store, otherwise we're going to be charged a fortune for it. I thought we may be using it again, but clearly we're not. So it's best if it just goes. Yeah, it's going dark. It's a shame. These pedestrians. It's all well and good crossing, but you've got to look first. I think they'll be very pleased with the condition of this because it is in better condition than when we bought it. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It should be. We've been very careful. I don't see how it could be better, but there you go. No, we don't want to sell the John Deere. That's our tractor. Pull it forward a bit. As much as they want it, they are not having the John Deere. So I'm just wondering, is there anything we can buy? That's the funny thing, as soon as you get the money available, you just feel like buying stuff. Muck spreaders are going to be they're kind of pointless really, because we don't have any cows or pigs. Cultivators, potentially we could have a plowing. We do have to do some ploughing, so that could be worth it. This one here. Yeah, and this is a good tractor for it as well. Let's buy a weight if we don't have one already. Agco ones are good. Buy that. And yeah, that is actually a good opportunity for now. We could go and plough a field. Right. Lift it up. We probably don't need a front weight, it's just it would be better with one. Could be a little bit back heavy. And there we go. Now, does this have transport mode? Yes, it does. So which fields have we harvested? Well, we've done part of field 4. Field 10, I think. Yeah, that's the one we need to go to. Let's put the beacon on. The only thing is, the plough does tend to jump up when it's in transport mode. I don't know why. The entrance to field 10 is just down here. Here we are. Yes, so we'll start at the top, then we can finish at the bottom and leave the field that way. Right, off we go. This should work okay. I'm not going to use GPS because, well, I've never ploughed with GPS before. I'll probably get the setting wrong because there is an offset to do. I doubt it's hard to set up, it's just, yeah, because I've never done it before, I don't want to try it right now. It probably won't work too well. And of course we do need to use the headland. So this isn't really the best field for this because, well, there is not much of a headland to turn around on. And it does make it pretty tricky. Plus we don't have a furrow to sit in as such, you can't really feel it. So that makes it harder too. And it's going dark. So yeah, it couldn't really be much worse. Try my best. I don't know how long it takes really to do this kind of ploughing. It's probably quite a slow job. But it does look good when it's done, providing you don't miss anything. So we're going to leave the headland because obviously we can't plough it straight away. It is going to be done at the end when everything is completed. Make it nice and neat and tidy. So it is about to get a bit trickier as we have the pylon here. I don't really know the best way of going at it. I suppose if we plough the other way, that could work. But yeah, it's just in the way completely. We can't really move it though. That would be pretty hard and probably fairly electrifying. Right, so this is the final pass here. Otherwise we're going to be hitting it. Oh, don't miss bits. It's going to have to be cultivated anyway, so the straw which is left, I think it is just straw. That'll be cultivated in. So yeah, just plough up to it and then plough away from it, I suppose. This isn't the best ploughing in the world. It's the only thing I can think of to do. And if we go to the other side, we should be able to neaten it up a bit as well. There we go, it's better than nothing. Could definitely be worse. Progress is pretty good. It looks scruffy, but I can assure you at the end of this it is going to look fairly neat. Obviously the ploughing furrow lines are going to be going in different directions just because of the way it is, but it should still be fairly neat. And the main thing about it is, providing it's a good job, it doesn't necessarily matter what it looks like. After all, this is Farming Simulator, so it can be quite hard to do it anyway. I could use that excuse all day. Probably shouldn't do though. Some things are harder in Farming Simulator than real life, but most of it is easier than real life. One thing which is definitely harder is bale stacking, because you can't really feel the physics so well. The physics aren't too bad, it's just you don't really get the feel of weight of a bale, so you can just push them about like they're nothing. Anyway, I'm getting the hang of it, definitely. Right, so this is the final furrow going this way. Now we're going to go up and down the field, finishing off the headland where we've been turning. It's pretty messy, has to be said. So we'll take a bit of time just to neaten it up properly. But that is actually facing the correct way, so we don't have to turn the plough over. There we go. Better not crash through their fence, they won't be too happy. So that is this side of the field done. Obviously looking a bit better. Now to the other side, do exactly the same thing, and then hopefully, very soon, it's going to be finished and it'll be looking very good. It's probably easier to plough downhill than reverse uphill, because then we're not actually turning the land at the time. So let's just rotate the tractor here. It's going to need turning over. Okay. That's a pretty good screenshot. These John Deeres, they do look pretty good with their lights on. Like some tractors you just think, oh, it's a tractor. But no, John Deeres, there's something about them. They do look pretty good. Unless it's just me thinking that, I don't know. It's the ones in the bonnet really. They really do look good at night. Anyway, there we go. I think there is a tiny bit here. We must mind the back of the plough. A lot of creaking. Unless it's my bones. So what do you think? It isn't perfect, obviously. I mean, my jobs are never perfect. But it's an improvement to what it could have been. I could have just left it really scruffy. I've gone back and got the bits I've missed. And yeah, that's the finished article. We must get this bit here. So, all that's left to do is to rotate it again, put it into transport mode, and then take it back to the farm. Right. So we can only have the small lights on when going on the road, so let's just make sure it's all legal. There we go. That's fine. Off we go. So I think we've done pretty well. In this episode we've managed to buy Field 14 and buy a plough, and of course use the plough in Field 10. So that could have been much worse. We have done fairly well there. I forget which episode number we're on. I think it's about 10, is it? I think it is. we're basically going to do about 15 episodes, so there isn't too long left on this map, unfortunately, but it isn't very big, so there's only so much you can do. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.